Hello Libra, thank you for joining me for your love reading for the month of April. As always, please don't try and force these messages to fit, okay? Only take the messages that are meant for you and leave what isn't yours for someone else. In other words, don't go looking for problems where there aren't any, okay? Right, so what is coming in towards you guys in love for the month of April? Just so done. Mentally tapped, emotionally spent, physically drained, spiritually depleted, and ready to make a change. Yeah, this is someone who's hit rock bottom, basically. And as they say, you've got to hit that rock bottom in order to change anything up, right? This energy is probably not worth us going into on such a deep level, to be honest with you, because I do feel that you're on your way up rather than on your way down, okay? Bride, wife, partner, interested in, love of a lifetime, wedding or event, commitment or advancement. Hand of cards, taking a chance and a risk, options, gambling, and what a catch. An ideal partner, mate, abundance, self-esteem, that's healthy self-esteem. Valued, answers yes, and marriage material. Okay, so it's quite a contrast there. Like those three cards are completely the opposite from this one here. So yeah, we need to find out what's going on so we can make sense of this message. Someone's fed up within a relationship. They've had enough of a relationship. They don't want to be married anymore. It's weird. This is really weird energy. Illusion in reverse. Be aware of love's illusions. Seeing things clearly. And surprise off center. Romantic surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. Yeah, someone's not open to romance here. Romantic surprises. I feel that someone's given up. Like for certain, someone's given up. But again, like this energy here, I can't make sense of this. This is weird, like really weird. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a deeper dive. Was this just so done for Libra? What's going on? Because it's like, even the cards are saying one thing and then they're changing and telling us a completely different story. What's just so done for Libra? A Hierophant and the Three of Coins. So it seems to be that there's a lot of people involved in someone's relationship here, and that's why they're throwing their hands up and they're like, fuck it. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? There's too much interference. The Two of Wands, that's picking a different path, picking a new direction. That's also making a different choice here. So we've got a bride who's making a different choice. I feel someone's gotten cold feet. King of Wands off center. So they've realized that they're not actually attracted to the person that they're with. They'd rather be single here, with the Nine of Pentacles coming out off center. Okay. Not great, not great. Was this Hand of Cards? The risk energy. Knight of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. Someone feels that they're taking a risk with their future, with their financial stability. Someone could have gotten married here for money. It's very possible, or they've been encouraged here by other people to get married to someone for the financial security that would provide, but they've realized, well, I'm not actually attracted to this person. I can't imagine myself being physically intimate with this individual. Okay, King of Wands off center, Nine of Pentacles off center. So someone acting in a risky way. Okay, so on paper it looks good, but in reality it's not good at all. You've got the Hermit off center. So this is someone's about to break their silence. Someone's about to admit that they're not happy, that they only got involved in this situation for the security, financial security that it potentially would provide here. Now, Libra, I don't know if you're dealing with this situation or if the person that you're dealing with is going through this situation, okay? Because it's still a general reading. However this is resonating for you, it's going to be different for everyone. But it seems like someone's putting up with a lot of opinions from other people who are not actually living this life, who are not experiencing this life. And they're making someone feel really bad because they're not in love with the person that they're with. Okay, what's this ideal partner? Page of Wands. This youthful energy. Page of Wands is very flirty energy. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. This is dysregulation. Someone doesn't know what it is that they want. But it's to clarify what a catch, which is saying the answer is yes. The answer is yes to what? Right? There seems to be a lot of information coming in, but not like, it's not making sense. The information coming through is not making sense. Knight of Pentacles off center. That's someone who needs to think carefully about what it is that they want. They need to be careful about what it is that they're promising. What it is that they're attaching themselves to here. Can you tell us more for what a catch? Yeah, King of Cups off center. You see how the energy is coming out as really horrible and unhealthy? This is emotional unavailability. Emotional unavailable. Someone is not invested in the situation. And they need to think carefully before they do anything else. So I feel that these messages are not making sense because it's almost as if someone's trying to deliberately convince themselves, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing the right thing. But in actual fact, they're being really risky. They're taking a lot of risks, taking a lot of chances. Instead of actually listening to their heart, listening to what it is that they want, they're running the risk of just going along with what everyone else is wanting. There's potentially something being arranged here. Like, it's reading to me like an arranged marriage, an arranged relationship. Right? That's how this energy is reading. It's almost like everyone else's opinion is, oh, well, you know, they're such a good guy, or they're such a good woman, they're such a good match for you. No. And the person that they're saying that to is like, man, you don't know them. You really, all you see is the version that they're wanting you to see. You don't actually know them as a person. How can you say they're a good person when you don't know them? That's why someone's so done with the situation. Sick and fucking tired of everyone else's opinion. Libra, you're probably sick and tired of people saying, oh my God, Libra, what's wrong with you? They're so good. They're so good for you. They're such a good person. They're so nice. And you could be like, wait, you don't know them intimately the way that I know them. Right? Illusions in reverse. You're not under any sort of illusions here. You know exactly the true nature of this person. Wishing that everyone else could see the true nature of this person. It feels like everyone's going up against you at the moment, Libra. That's how this feels. And then surprise off center. So I'm going to clarify this one in a second. But first of all, we need to take a break from this heavy reading. So we're going to go to the competition, okay? Otter Spirit has very generously given me these 3 beautiful bracelets to give away to 3 lucky winners. There's Green Jade, Aventurine and Citrine from their Prosperity collection. The link to Otter Spirit's website is provided below to check out their other collections. You can shop by intention, zodiac sign, or you can choose individual bracelets and create your own combinations like I did. I combined amethyst, rose quartz and moonstone for balance, intuition and love. Otter Spirit even offers a live consultation with a gem expert to help you choose the perfect healing crystals just for you. There's a 20% discount code for our viewers, and a portion of every sale is donated to help protect California's wild sea otters. All you have to do to enter the free giveaway is let me know which bracelet is your favourite in the comments below, and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you'll be notified of the winners, which will be announced on my community page on the 25th of April 2025. Good luck! Okay, so what is this surprise off centre, please? 5 of Pentacles, yeah. Okay, it feels like everyone around you is going to be surprised because you're no longer going along with the act. And that's why this energy wasn't making sense, because it's an act. The whole thing is an act. The whole thing is a show. That's why it was so disconnected and so far removed from what's actually going on in your heart, because it's an act. And you've also got the 7 of Swords that's coming out off centre. So this surprise, I feel, is you breaking your silence, or someone breaking their silence here, revealing their deep, deep unhappiness, leaving as well. There's like, someone is leaving unexpectedly. They're leaving this relationship. They're leaving this connection. Unexpectedly. That's why it's clarifying this surprise energy that's come out off centre. It's not a pleasant surprise. It's like everyone just assumed that you were going to go along with it. And you're not. You're not going to go along with it. And that's the surprising thing. You're not being a people pleaser anymore. You've recognised that you do have a lot to offer. You've recognised that you are a catch. What else? Yeah, see the devil. There it is. There's that dark cloud looming over your shoulders. The devil energy. Keeping you stuck. Or thinking it can keep you stuck. Ace of Pentacles off centre, yeah. Keeping you stuck financially. Making you feel like you've no other choice. 5 of Wands. Trials of strength. It's going to take all the strength that you have. What else for this surprise? It feels like people are not believing you that you're stuck in an unhealthy situation, because somebody that you're dealing with here and not getting along with is actually someone who's really popular. 3 of Wands. 3 of Swords off centre, yeah. You've been silent about your pain for the longest time here. I wish I could have given you a better story than this, Libra, but I've got to read what I'm given. Okay, and obviously it's not going to resonate for everyone. It really isn't. Someone's seeing clearly. Yeah, the Star. Healing, nurturing, rebuilding themselves. Someone's recovering. Someone is in recovery. They could be in recovery from this damaging scenario, this damaging, controlling relationship. They could be in recovery from substance abuse here also. Okay. I'm also seeing that someone might have lied about being in recovery from substance abuse, because they've tried to delude other people. It's a Star with illusions reverse. Yeah, 4 of Wands reversed. Exactly. A split, a divorce, a separation. Someone's done. Someone is done, done, done. They've had enough. This is a split, separation, divorce, splitting of the assets here. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Someone's not expecting those divorce papers. This is communication that someone's been avoiding facing up to this. They've been avoiding it, and they've realized, okay, now I can't avoid it any longer. Now, yeah, the moon can't avoid it any longer. It's here. It's here. Like this is happening right now. The moon reversed. Someone's facing their fears here because they've realized it's the only way forward. That they can't live in fear anymore. They can't live in the shadows anymore. This is an unexpected delivery of divorce papers. Someone's getting a nasty surprise with divorce papers, for certain. And the one who's delivering the divorce papers has had a long time to sort of sit with it and process it and sort of build themselves up ready to do this. Moon reversed is revelations, and is to clarify that Knight of Swords, which is information or a situation that someone's been trying to avoid for the longest time, because that can be quite direct. It can be quite brutal. It's information that you don't really want to hear, but you have to hear. So someone has to hear it. Someone has to face it now. Moon reversed. It's inevitable. It's like, now is the time. Yeah, Hanged Man in the reverse. Okay, here's the thing. Sometimes the Hanged Man in reverse can be a person playing the victim card. It can be someone being a bit of a martyr, okay? In this context, this is legit. Don't like to use the word victim, but you've been victimized. Or someone's been victimized here. Someone's been a victim of their family, of their circumstances. They've been a victim of someone else's abuse and behavior. And now that they're not deluding themselves anymore, they're saying it for what it really is, okay? Sometimes the Hangman reverse can be someone who's sort of just feeling sorry for themselves, someone who's stuck in this victim mentality. The context of this is saying, actually, whoever's resonating with this reading is a legitimate victim of someone. And I know you don't like the word victim. You're a legitimate survivor of someone else's victimization, basically. Okay. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That's a student. Pages indicate new stages. And this indicates that if you have to start again in order to rebuild your life, then you will. Then that's a risk that you're willing to take in order to rebuild your life. Because it's a worthy cause, right? There is no cause more worthy than you building your life back again. And in the meanwhile, it's really sad actually, this energy, because in the meanwhile it feels like nobody believes like the person who's been a victim of this, nobody believes them. Because everyone's believing that the devil energy is the good person, right? Everyone at the moment is believing that this devil person is the victim. And that's horrible. That's really awful to try and navigate. So again, like when we started off this read, I'm like, what the hell's going on with this energy? Like, these cards here are not matching up to the energy that I'm feeling that's coming off of this. Like, nothing's matching up, nothing's making sense. But now we're closer to the end of your read, and I'm like, fuck me. Yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense. It's on par with what's going on with this situation. There's someone here that's pretending to be the good guy or the good woman, and in actual fact, they are this devil energy that's managed to somehow wrap everyone else around their little fingers, has somehow managed to convince that the true victim, again, I'm sorry for using that word, but you know what I mean. I'm only using that word so you can clearly distinguish between the two different people that I'm talking about here. That the true victim is being the one where everybody's convinced they're the fucking devil, they're this, they're that, they're ungrateful, they're yada yada, right? And it's like the complete opposite is true. And that's why we see, because there's something about a whole group of people here who have gone up against one person and is trying to convince this one person that they're the one that's in the wrong. And it's like, wow, all this person here is trying to do is break free from an abusive situation. They're wanting someone, anyone, even just one person, to listen to them, hear them out, help them maybe. And that's why this is going to come as a total shock, a total surprise. Like, nobody's going to be expecting, I feel, you, Libra, to stand up for yourself and go, do you know what? I'm not the devil here. The one that you've all been rallying around and loving hard on and praising and putting up on this pedestal, that's your devil right there. That's how I'm reading this energy. Because I've got you here, Libra, and it's like you've had so long to sit with this, to process it, maybe even to plan something. And this month, you're enacting on that plan. And I tell you, nobody's expecting it. No one's expecting it. And you're more than prepared to rebuild your life from scratch here, if that's what's necessary. Oh, and just like that, the energy has cleared. Just like that. Okay. Can I have a healing message for Libra, please? I don't know why I tend to get all the readings that are quite heavy and serious. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why that is. I would love to sit here and give everybody good news, feel good readings every single week without fail. But you know what? Real life doesn't work that way. So you've got to ask yourself the question for the readers where they do seem to get all of these happy-go-lucky, upbeat, amazing, good feel readings every single week without fail. You've got to ask yourself, why would that be? Listen, you do have joy coming in. This card came out off-center. It's number 33. Okay, 3s are all about co-create with the universe. It's literally called Peaks of Joy. With it coming out off-center, that tells me that this is what you're going to have to look forward to, Libra. Okay, once you break free from this devil energy, you're going to have those peaks of joy to really lean into. Okay, it says, look, your life is filled with happiness to share it with others. That this is what you're building. You're building a life of joy that you can share with others. Joy is yours today. No matter what the inquiry, you will be happy with the results. Yeah, you're coming closer to a sense of achievement and you've worked hard for it. You're surrounded by true companions, or I should say you will be surrounded by true companions, okay? So don't lose hope, don't lose faith. And events that are synchronistically arranged to bring you to the next level of your life. The world is singing a beautiful harmony Life is exhilarating and hopeful, so let gratitude fill your heart and remember to share your happiness because joy is contagious. Yeah, Libra, you're leaving a life of misery and you're headed towards building a life of joy in abundance, okay? And you're going to have so much beauty, joy, and positivity to share with others, okay? Right, so let's try and uplift this reading. And we'll pull you a couple of cards from the Spiritual AF deck. Now, this deck, it does have swearing in, so if you're allergic to swearing, then you just don't have to listen. It's just a little bit of fun at the end of a reading, okay? Because it is important to leave a reading on a bit of a high, okay? Right, worrying is a negative prayer, yeah. You don't need any of that angsty, nail-biting bullshit today. If you catch yourself worrying, take a deep breath and ask the universe for what you really want, not what you don't want. The universe always lets you change your order, and hell yeah, you want fries with that. Supersize that shit. Yeah. So worrying is a negative prayer. Okay, so it's time for you to focus on what it is that you do want. You're not your situation. Yeah, really important. One of the keys to becoming spiritual AF is to define who you are by something deeper inside yourself and further outside yourself than the world can touch. If you are someone, even if you're not your financial situation, you're not your job, you're not your relationships, or even your body. Find out who that person is and you will be unfuckwithable. Hint, you'll probably have to do some soul searching. Yeah, so this is a reminder of dig deep, discover who you are as an individual, go further than your name, your career, your financial situation, dig deeper than what you like and what makes you tick, okay? This is finding out who you are, okay? Wow. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. For any information that you need about my YouTube channels, about personal readings, our Patreon page, or the competitions or anything like that, all of that information is in my description box and my pinned comment below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.